Yeah, what's going on?
Okay, so I just have a question. I'm not sure if this is like talked about enough, but I know that social media in real life is totally different. But I've been talking to this guy for like a month and a half, and I noticed that he likes a bunch of girls' pictures, including bikini pictures and selfies and thirst traps. But when it comes to like my posts, he doesn't like anything. So I'm not sure if it's giving hater or if it's giving like he's trying to humble me, or do you know what the reason being is?
Nah, it's given that you need to get the fuck off the internet and you too insecure.
For sure.
Why is your whole relationship correlated to somebody liking your fucking pictures? Why do you give a fuck? If Chris Brown wasn't liking your pictures and you was texting Chris Brown and talking to Chris Brown, you wouldn't give a fuck. You would listen to anything and everything Chris Brown said. If it was Drake, if it was whoever, any man that you valued or revered, if it was an NFL player or a basketball player, you wouldn't give a fuck if they was liking your pictures because you know that it's bigger than that. But because you're dealing with this man and you don't respect him enough, you're trying to find anything to correlate the entire relationship on, which is an Instagram like. And you're a low-level, low-minded woman. Respectfully, you're a low-level and low-minded woman because instead of you looking at all the other things that he does, he probably makes you feel safe. He probably makes you feel comfortable. He probably communicates well. He probably is doing all the other stuff that men should do in a relationship. You trying to find something to negatively bring it down, which is a fucking Instagram like. That's not that important. So I think you need to grow up. I think you need to grow up, and I think you need to get out of that mentality of this modern day woman. My whole life and personality is revolved around social media. So I think you need to live in reality.
Yeah. But what Kayla said in the comments is like, why is he liking everyone else's but mine? Is that like kind of weird or?
Who gives a fuck? If it was Chris Brown, you wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
If Chris Brown was liking every other girl's pictures but yours, you wouldn't question anything. You wouldn't even give a fuck because it's Chris Brown. Right?
Yeah.
Right. So why would the correlation not be to why would that mentality not be to the guy that you got now? Why wouldn't it correlate to Chris Brown? Just because he got money, he can dance, and he's attractive. Why is he getting the upfront respect that the man that has talking to you, is showing you love? Why is he not getting that? I'm not saying that he should be liking other girls' pictures, but let me ask you this question: are y'all together?
No. So but he said he does have feelings for me. So whatever that means.
So fucking what? Y'all aren't together, so he don't have to do anything. But you don't know Chris Brown. Chris Brown ain't never took you on no date. That just shows the low-level mentality that you and a lot of other modern women like yourself think. Because a man can sing and dance and he has money, you're going to give him upfront respect. This nigga has 3 different baby mothers with 3 different children, and he has a domestic violence case where he beat the fuck out of Rihanna, even though she hit him first. He beat her ass. Y'all women, y'all are the same women that say y'all don't deal with men with kids. Y'all are the same women that say you don't like men that abuse women. But y'all are the same women because he can sing and dance and got money that will give him the utmost respect for doing nothing. He ain't took you on no date. He ain't text you. He ain't talk to you. You know you fucking exist. You'll treat him in a better light than you will treat a man that actually is giving you some type of attention. That is backwards logic, and this is exactly why when y'all come around good men, y'all don't treat them correctly. Y'all treat the good men like shit.
I mean, that's tough. I probably wouldn't. Well, maybe I would have, to be honest with you. I might have. I wouldn't use those words, but he's correct. He's correct. And any type of way that you try to switch it, splice it, cut it, you're giving a man who you have never seen in your life more respect than the man that you can see. You're giving a man, and he went down what Chris Brown did, more respect than you would a man that's keeping you safe, making you feel safe, doing a lot of things for you, that you like him and you want to spend a little bit more time in. Now, I do get where she's coming from. It's like, okay, you're liking all these other women's pictures. Why are you not liking my pictures? If you say that you like me, if you say that you're interested in me, how come you don't like nothing that I got going on? I feel that. I understand that. Because basically it's saying you're looking at them. You're checking them out. You're on their page instead of like, admiring me. Maybe throw me a like here and there. And I do understand that. I'm totally with you. I agree with that. Right? I don't, if y'all are trying to, kind of talk and he's liking other women's pictures, that's kind of weird to me. I don't know if I would be doing that. But like you said, y'all are not together. But once again, if y'all are trying to, if you're really on that path to try to get to know each other and talk to each other and eventually become exclusive, I would think that his focus would be on you, and I would hope that your focus would be on him. So if you're out there liking guys' pictures, but calling him out for that, if you're out there posting thirst traps, but then calling him out for liking thirst traps, then you got to fix yourself as well. But all in all, he's right. You give Chris Brown, who you don't know, and you're not even rebuttaling it. Like you're not even refuting it. You're just saying, yeah, you're right. Most modern women will give a man they don't even know respect over a man right there in your face. Who knows you? The other brother don't even know you exist, but you'll give this man respect.
Assumption number 2, custody always goes to the mom.
That's incorrect. Red flag. The court treats both parents equally in the state of California. It doesn't matter if it's mom or dad. It's about the best interest of the child, who will be able to provide for their best interest, their health, welfare, keep them safe, fed.
And they look at who during the marriage was the primary provider, right? What else do they look at?
Well, when parties fight over custody, what matters is the children's age. How old are they? Is it a newborn who needs to be breastfed? Is it a 5-year-old that has an established relationship with both parents? Is it a 7-year-old who's not going to listen to a court order because they might have a bad relationship with dad right now or mom? So it varies on case-by-case basis.
So I want to know from dads that are in California, do you feel like California is fair to dads? Do you guys feel like it's equal, or you can easily get 50-50? Because that's not what I've been hearing about the state of California. But yeah, I figured she's probably a lawyer just saying whatever.
My dad pulled me to the side prior to my wedding and had a conversation with me. Why are you marrying this young lady? Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm asking you, why are you doing it? We had a genuine conversation. I was like, to be honest, there are certain things that hurt me about you not being under the same roof with me while I was growing up. I don't want those feelings or experiences for my children.
Yeah.
That broke my dad down. He was like, I understand what you're saying. That's not the reason to marry this young lady, though. This is my charge from God to have this conversation with you as my son. Though you think you're not making the same mistake I made, you're equally making a mistake.
It's a different color.
It's going to affect your son in a way that you don't even know yet. Looking back from today to then, I absolutely know what he meant. And he was absolutely correct, 1,000%. So
my dad had the same conversation with me, but not from a place of he didn't think I should marry her, but he was trying to make sure that I was certain.
yes,
Looking back, it appeared that the first pregnancy that was lost put everything in motion. It really didn't. We were down the path and that happened. And he was trying to make sure that, are you just trying to keep your word? Or is this actually what you believe is right for you?
And one of the things that I appreciate about them having this conversation is a lot of times society says that men don't have these conversations. Men don't talk. Fathers don't mentor. Where are the real men at? How come men don't know how to be vulnerable? How come men don't know how to have conversations, deep conversations with each other? It's all surface level, yada, yada, yada. But men are starting more and more to have these conversations and to really honestly and truly understand what's happening in their world. Hey, before you do that, young brother, don't make another mistake. I'm not saying that you can't, but why are you doing it? And really honestly and truly, if modern women were smart, they'd enlist the help of men in their lives that they trust to find a good man instead of continuing to say all men are trash.
I'm just wondering what kind of options would be available to me. I'll give you a quick synopsis. I'm 42 years old. Last year I used to weigh 203 pounds.
None.
No, I'm not finished.
None. Yeah, you
That was
are.
last year.
Yeah, you are.
This year I weighed 165.
No, ma'am. I said you're finished. You're finished.
I'm done.
Yep.
There's nothing left for me.
Not realistically.
Well, thank you.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Because I'm 42.
It's the age and the weight. And then if you have any children over 40 and you're obese, and if you're coming down, you still can go the other way. And then you have children. Okay, the only way that there would ever be any chance for you is if you were gorgeous. And if you were gorgeous, you wouldn't be calling. So I need the people to understand, I'm not being rude. It's just oftentimes I'll get women who want to call in, they want to tell me their story, and then I know where it's going to end. Ma'am, you kind of knew that in order to overcome just your age alone, you're going to have to be very feminine, very submissive, very cooperative. You have to bring a lot to the table. That's before your weight and before your children. And your children are a messy detail for a man. And you can love your children, but people don't look at our kids the same way. So that's why when you asked, I'm like,
supposed to do as a man is be like, you know what, babe, I understand.
This is exactly why men and women fight, because you're going to logic and she naturally goes to emotion. Everything that you're saying makes sense logically, but emotionally it doesn't make sense. And even a regulated woman, because it is natural. Why does a dog bark? I don't know. Why does a woman feel the way that she feels? I don't know.
No, my only problem, what is my role other than offering a safe space for her to regulate her own feelings?
Why can't you just love your person for who they and how they are?
No, because it takes a lot less energy and it causes a lot less confusion if you process your own emotion as you give it out or shortly thereafter.
When you say women live in the now, it's almost like saying, what have you done for me lately?
Year 3, babe didn't text me, I love you back. I don't know if I'm safe.
It's really fine to say, baby, I'm feeling a little insecure because you didn't slap my booty. Like, what's up? Now you have the opportunity to meet her where she's at. No, turn around right now. Let me slap that. Whatever that is. And so now you're fixing the problem.
So me and my husband are in a huge fight right now. He actually left, and he said he's going to stay gone until I get my act together. So I'm going to tell you what happened, okay? Pretty much, he works like 70 hours a week, okay? And I asked him if we can go out to eat. We went out to eat yesterday, and I asked him again if we can go out to eat again. He said that this can't be something we do on a routine basis. And I'm just like, why not? Why not? When you have the money to do it, and you make all that money, why can't we do that? And he says, because we're supposed to be saving. We're supposed to save. What are we investing in? Why are we saving in the first place?
Sounds like he needs to save himself from your ass. Lady, you is crazy. But you know what? This is what happens when you don't work for nothing.
Okay. First of all, what I'm not going to do is sit here and allow someone to tell me what my money, that's my money too, because we're married. I'm not going to allow someone to tell me what my money is going to go towards.
So why don't you get your entitled ass out there and work 70 hours? Oh, but you're not going to do that. So sit back, relax, and drink your apple juice. Or should it be applesauce?
Okay, simple as that. And if he's going to keep it up, then he don't have to come back.
Girl, your ass need him more than he needs you. He need the first class them goddamn divorce papers to your ass.
stop allowing people into your personal life that don't meet up to your minimum expectation. Like I said, women should be FBI, feminine, beautiful, and inspirational. Now, maybe you work for somebody else and you cannot control who you interact with at work, but in your personal life, oh yes, you can. You most definitely can decide to not have anybody in your life that does not treat you with respect, cooperation, and that feminine, beautiful, inspirational kind of thing. You can make those decisions. And the thing is, when you carry yourself a certain way, when you treat yourself in a certain way, you will actually give yourself permission to demand the best from others.
Charlie, I just think, honestly, you're too stupid to understand them.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you,
you
lick sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What is that?
You're a fucking, don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your mouth. It's because I'm better than you, Charlie.
No, it's because you're embarrassed and you know that the traditional values that you try to sell people on are bullshit because you are not a traditional man.
Chuck.
I can't lie to you, man. I think Andrew got cooked on this one. I think he got cooked. I think instead of listening and kind of backing up and saying, now, well, hold on, wait a minute. I feel like he could have flipped it, right? So essentially what she's saying is, how can you give advice when your wife has a few baby daddies? She's been married, 2 times prior, or she's been in long-term relationships prior to you. And you're sitting up here talking about how you're not going to wife these types of women. They're not worthy of being wives. How are you going to talk about that when you're the one doing it? I feel like what I would have said to that, if you think about it, instead of trying to hurl insults, I feel like what I would have said is, well, I feel like that's kind of making my point. There are women out here that are single moms that have been married and divorced, that have done, they have been out in the street and they still get married. Can we understand why that is? Well, the guy might be a simp. Could be. But it also could be that the woman has learned maybe I'm not a 10. Maybe I'm not a 9. Maybe I'm not. What I'm trying to say is I'm not as good as I think that I am. Maybe I don't have the moral high ground to be telling a man, no, you got to come up here and and tell a man how he should be treated. Now, we're not talking about going out there and taking disrespect. We're not talking about going out there and allowing a man to talk to you any kind of way, treat you any kind of way. You got 30 bodies. You ain't worthy of respect. Shut up, B. We're not talking about that. What we're talking about is a woman saying, hey, I want a man with 6 figures, 6-pack, the whole 9. And he better be coming with this. He better be a millionaire. And the men that would take her to be like, what's wrong with me? How come you can't be with me? I'll take care of you. I don't have $1 million, but I'm a good guy. People in my circle, they'll vouch for me. They'll tell you I'm a good guy. Now, I ain't taking that. I've been through these 2 marriages, and I've emerged as healed. I'm stronger than ever before, so I ain't taking anything less than a millionaire. I ain't taking anything less than a man that's 6 foot tall, and I've learned from my mistakes. So now you want me to pay a premium for your mistakes and the stuff that you got dragging with you? You have 3 or 4 kids and baggage from your first 2 marriages that I have to wade through. I have to work through. And you're telling me I have to pay millions of dollars for that? No, he's right. Most men are not going to go through that. Most men are not going to do that. It doesn't matter what you say he should or shouldn't preach. Most men are going to be like, no. But maybe, just maybe, if the woman says, you know what? I've got this, I've got that. Here's my situation. And a man might say, whew, that's a lot. Hey, I think I can be of service. Let me tell you what I need from you. Because you just told me what you can bring to the table. You just told me how you can add value to my life. And I'm going to tell you, these kids, I got to think about it, but I've had somebody in the past before me that has been in a situation, and they can advise me on it. They can mentor me. And if you and I are committed to working and structuring and molding these kids, I think we can get somewhere. I think we can do a little bit. And I'll give Andrew this. You'll notice that Rachel, she backs that man. Oh, let me tell you something. They're on the same mission. Anytime a woman will say something on the whatever podcast, Rachel, hey, put me on the phone. She'll get in. Hey, let me sit in the cockpit. Let me get in the seat. Let me get on the mic. Let me show these ladies something. A lot of you modern women would side with the women. Oh yeah, these men ain't, and start talking trash to the man that's provided. Oh yeah, these men ain't nothing. So it's a different dynamic. So yes, on the surface, it looks like, yeah, I shouldn't be saying anything. But you should be focused on, or what you can focus on. You got a great point. She made a great point. But what you can focus on is the fact that if you're willing to cooperate, if you're willing to work with a man, what can you do? Kevin Samuels was saying, hey, why don't you go back to your baby daddy and work it out? What he's essentially saying is, why don't you go back to the man that you were with and cooperate? You tell her, I want this type of man. I want that type of man. I want that. Go back to him. Instead of trying to bring your baggage to another man, go back to him and cooperate. What are you bringing to a man that's going to make that man want you with all of the stuff that you come with? That's why these channels exist. What are you bringing to me that's going to make me want to wife you in your current situation?
Bro, like, rejection is usually so much more than just no. So, like, I remember going up to a girl at a party, and I had gone up to her. I was confident about going up to her because, like, I had seen her glancing at me the whole night, and I thought that was the sign. No, it's not. Anyway, I went up to her, and I said something along the lines of, like, hey, excuse me, like, you are, like, gorgeous. I just been meaning to talk to you all night, and, like, I introduced myself, whatever. When I tell you, she looked at me and went, fuck. Like, I was just, like, genuinely, like, repulsive and disgusting, bro. And in my experience going up to women, if I do get rejected, typically that's how it looks. Like, bro, I remember afterwards, I went to go, like, I turned on the camera, went to go check and see if I had boogers in my nose or some shit. Because if I did, I would have got it.
So, let's break that down. He waited for choosing signals, got the choosing signal, walked up to the woman, said, hey, I think you're pretty, yeah, and she looked at him in disgust and he walked away. He grabbed his phone, checked to make sure there was no boogers on his face or anything like that. Number one, this just goes to show choosing signals are not a guarantee. A lot of men say, hey, look, I'm not approaching no girl, but if I do approach, I'm going to wait for a signal. He waited for a signal and still got rejected. Number two, I guarantee you this guy did not approach another girl that night. He was like, yep, I'm done. Probably didn't approach a girl for a while after that. This is my hot take. When I approach women and they show disinterest, I never go, what's wrong with me? I go, what's wrong with them? You see, when you have very high self-esteem, you never think you're the problem. When you have low self-esteem and a girl rejects you on top of that, you're like, what's wrong with me? Is there boogers in my nose? Like you point to yourself as why the approach didn't go well. If a girl rejects me, I just go, oh, she probably doesn't date black dudes. She probably doesn't date guys who are my height, my stature. Maybe she's seeing somebody. Like, I don't take it personal because I know I'm that guy. I know I'm the shit. So, 2 quick lessons from this video. Number 1, choosing signals don't have as much weight as you think. And number 2, if you have low self-esteem, approaching women is tough because you'll always think it's your fault. You're ugly. You're how you speak. Maybe it's your teeth, your face, your skin color. You're always going to point it at yourself. But if you have high self-esteem, a woman's no means nothing because you still think you're the shit regardless of her approval or not.
I see where you're coming from, but I do disagree with the way these modern women be acting, the stuff that they be doing. I feel like anybody's confidence pretty much would be kind of shaken. They'd be like, man, like he said, man, like, do I have something in my teeth? Do I have a booger in my nose? Something. So I think it's changed to where a man that, we're not talking about Chaz and Tyrone. We're talking about men who actually care. They're actually looking for a woman to settle down with. And they're putting, when they approach a woman, they've gotten up the courage to do so. And when they do it, they're approaching her and they're doing it intentionally and seriously. I'm not looking for no funny business. I'm not playing around. I'm coming to see if you'd be interested in talking. And for you to kind of look at me like you did, I'm kind of like, dang, am I that bad? And so this is why a lot of men walk away from relationships. This is why a lot of men walk away from the potential, the opportunity at a relationship. Because modern women act like this. They do things like this. And men are like, I don't think so. I don't know if I want to go through that. I feel like going to a singles event. I feel like going to the grocery store and trying to approach. In Home Depot, it doesn't matter. Going to church, it doesn't matter. Gas station. I feel like if I try to approach you, you're going to turn your nose up at me. Oh, he ain't. Most of the guys that I see, they're not cute. And they so ugly. You don't have to say that. But they do because they think they're a lot better than men. They think they look a lot better than men. Even the women who not really all that great looking, in my opinion. They'll sit up on their high horse and look at a man crazy, sideways. And then when men stop approaching altogether, oh, it's them, it's not you. They're intimidated by you. You're too much for them. They only want to sleep with that woman. They only want to sleep with your friend. That's why they're going after anything and everything to trash anybody and everybody and keep their self-esteem up. They get off on you coming over and giving them validation. They get off on you coming over and giving them an ego boost. So yeah, man, I think at some point in time, for normal, average, everyday, regular dudes, no matter how much confidence you have, if you're putting your best foot forward for somebody to just swat it down, that's going to do something to you. I feel like that's normal.
Okay, y'all, so nobody really says this, but y'all need to get the taste of those dudes who be in the club every weekend, popping bottles, standing on sections. Get the taste of those men out of your mouth, all right? If you want some stability. You need to go for the men who's behind the computer, honey. Them dudes that be behind the computer, those be the ones actually making money. Those be the ones who actually be having like discipline and like stability. Like, okay, if you
Men that work behind a computer, you're in high demand in the dating market for good and bad reasons. Now, she actually literally means that women need to get the taste of the men you're dealing with in the club out of their mouth before dealing with you. So you need to realize that a lot of these women that do want to come around and be in your presence is because she's been throwing that kitty around her whole 20s, and they've been avoiding her, they've been dubbing her, she's been getting dogged out all her 20s. So now she wants that stable life. Who is she coming for? She's coming for my brothers in finance, my brothers in tech, my brothers in the medical field that have this safe and secure lifestyle. So you gentlemen have to truly be careful when you're dealing with these modern women because they know they blew it already. She thought the guys in the club and the sections were going to give her the best time of her life. In her 20s, they did. But guess what they didn't give her? Is a future. So now she wants you to be the future. But don't fall for any of these women. You have to really, really put a filter through these type of women. And I know it's difficult if you don't have a system. And I created Trust Fund Baddies Academy to help gentlemen just like you filter these low-value women. Now, I'm not saying she's specifically low-value, but there's a lot of women that after they get ran through, now they want to come and deal with you guys. I want you to know, don't let them talk down on a 9 to 5 because in reality, they know the only stability of them actually being able to have a family in the future is more than likely with a brother who has a stable 9 to 5 career, is working corporate. But at the same time, you don't just need to be here and just falling victim to the first woman that comes to you that is pretty and saying, oh my goodness, you're great. No. You need to make sure you apply the Trust Fund Baddie method to see if this is actually a Trust Fund Baddie to begin with. If you need help with your dating psychology, I created Trust Fund Baddies Academy just for you. Click the link in my bio.
Your wife cheated on you when you had cancer?
Yeah, with one of my friends. I got mentally fucked from trusting somebody.
How long were you guys married for?
8 years.
And then on the 8th year, she cheated on you.
When I had cancer, yeah.
What kind of cancer did you have?
I had classic Hodgkin's lymphoma, so my lymph nodes turned to cancerous tumors. When I was in the hospital on life support, she was texting me saying she wanted me to get her a fucking $2,500 party bus and didn't visit me once. How do you forgive any of that? I've literally had tubes shoved down my throat. I was pretty sure I was going to die alone and unloved. I never did anything bad. Like, I make good money. I was a great provider. I did everything. I'm sick, fucking going through chemotherapy and throwing up. She got me 1 glass of water the whole time. I got my own medication. My dad took me to the hospital for all my treatments. But when I got on life support, I was there for 9 days.
Wow, you were on life support as well.
Like, going through chemo towards the end, you have no immune system. So my body just shut down.
So you were going through cancer, you were about to die, and she cheats on you. How'd you find that out, by the way? I'm just curious.
We worked together, and people at work said, be careful, and then she started texting him all the time, and I never went through her phone, I never invaded her privacy, never did anything. And I told her one time, I said, please stop talking to him, it makes me uncomfortable. She's fucking giggling in the car and whatever, and I said, I've never asked this one time, let me see your phone. And she jumped out of the car and ran away to delete her phone. And she's like, I'm so sorry, I'll never talk to him again. I was like, I fucking knew it.
You know, that's very powerful. I had a friend that told me if you want to find out how loyal your girl is to you, randomly just ask her for her phone. And if she hesitates, then there's something fishy about what she's doing with other men.
100%, dude.
And how'd you mentally get over that?
Yeah, and I didn't divorce her right away. I tried forgiving her, and then I could never just feel the same about her again. So I waited another fucking year and a half.
For a year and a half, you were struggling with yourself trying to forgive her.
Yeah, and I just couldn't.
You didn't notice any red flags from her in the beginning?
In the beginning, wasn't really red flags, man. Like, a woman loves you while you're of worth. And I was always really good at providing. I bought a really nice house. I bought her a car. She would cook, but I cleaned everything. I did the laundry. I started paying for fucking housekeeper when I was working a lot. I did everything. And that's why she still wants me now. She goes, I fucked up. I'll never forgive myself. I said, that's on you if you can't forgive yourself, but you have to live with the actions. The consequences of your actions. Like I told you, for women, you're only of value when you're providing worth.
Why do you think that is, though? Is it like a gender thing?
We have a terrible culture.
Of what?
Of I want it right now. Instant gratification, like fucking Amazon. I want something that's going to be here now. There's no more patience. Like, you're bored of a video, you hit next right away. You have new entertainment. Next. So like, our patience as humans is dwindling down more and more. Think about when you're a kid, bro, and you're watching TV. You hate commercials, but you're not going to skip the channel because then you might miss the show. You're going to watch the commercials. And you had that level of patience. So nowadays, think about it. All these things that are right here at your fingertips, now you have somebody who is gone for a week, a month, 6 months. I don't have that. So it's like, fuck it. I need to be loved right now. They have no patience. They can't accept the good thing they have. They need the next thing. Is what it is.
And what I like about this is that they say so many times that men don't heal. They say so many times that men are scarred. They never talk about things. They never release their emotions. But here, once again, as we did earlier on in the video with men discussing marriage with their fathers, we have another man, two men, talking and say, hey man, how you feel about this? What do you think about that? How did you process that? The very same questions that y'all said men weren't asking. we have two examples right here talking about processing feelings, talking about, hey, don't make this mistake. Hey, watch out for this. Giving guidance, giving mentorship. And y'all say, y'all don't think that men connect with other men because they don't holler and scream about it. Y'all don't think that men are effective at connection because they don't do it like you. Men don't have to holler and scream and boo-hoo and roll all over the floor like a roly-poly. Y'all think because they don't do that, their feelings might not be, they don't feel it as much as I do. I had somebody tell me one time, I'm not lying to you. I had somebody tell me I didn't understand something. We were having a conversation. Conversation had gone on for probably a couple hours discussing it. And they said, man, you don't understand. You just don't understand what's going on. And I said, is it this? Yeah. Is it this, and this? Yeah. Do you feel like X, Y, and Z? Yeah. Is it you feel like X, Y, and Z because of this, and so it's doing this. And I explained the entire situation to them. And they said, yeah. I said, yeah, I understand. I get it. But because I'm not emotional like you, then you think I don't understand. I didn't say that part, that last part there, but that's what it was. Their response to me was, yeah, everything you're saying is right, but you don't feel it like I do. Huh. So feelings are the only thing that matters. Even though I just told you, yeah, man, I feel like you feel. I understand it. But I also understand that this is the way forward. This is what we have to do to get over the hump. They don't, because you don't sit and just cry over and over again, they think you're a monster. They think you're a robot.
I used to be gay. A lot of people don't know that. I was in a marriage with a woman for 11 years. I was the man. So when it comes down to it, no, I did not get appreciated. I barely got loved. It was horrible. So that is why some men come out here and be just doing their own thing, don't even care, because, bruh, the experience was shit. No woman is just out here trying to help her man. She expects her man to just do for her. And it dawned on me, like, when women were growing up, I don't know one woman that was raised to know how to treat a man. I don't. I know that when I was being raised up, and the people around me that was being raised up, our mamas taught us to pay attention what to look for in a man. Pay attention to how or what he has, 6 figures, a car, a house. Nobody taught us how to love him. Nobody taught us how to take care of him when he's down. Nobody taught a woman how to nurture their man the correct way. We were just taught to look. We were just nurturers by nature. Nobody was taught how to nurture no man.
This is one of the wildest baby mama dramas I've ever seen. My God.
Get your fucking gun! Fuck! I'm not fucking with this nigga. Hey, you fool? Is you fool? Don't disrespect you. Open the door. You can't do that to me.
Hollering. Rippers come out in the shower caps, bonnet, whatever y'all call them. Watch this. What? How fast you walking with that baby? Get who out your crib? What?
You ain't where? You so Granny? You so Granny, right? I been.
Get this joker.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
It's traumatizing even for me. And I'm not even there. You know her car's probably jacked. He threw a brick at the security door.
Get outside! Get outside! Bitch, I fight through here every day! You fool!
If this is your baby mama or you have a baby mama like this, put yourself on child support and pray.
I can't really hear everything, but it sounds like there's some sort of dispute over where he's supposed to be. Apparently, she pulled up on him and found him at her house. I could be wrong. I could be dead wrong. But whatever this is, she's upset about it. Hey, what are you doing? And the woman is saying, it's not even that serious. It's never that serious over no man stuff, you know, over no man putting it to you, giving it to you. It's never that serious. But apparently it's that serious to her. And I guess we'll never know why. But he's right. Well, I guess you never know, because it could be that he was supposed to be somewhere doing something that he was supposed to be doing and he wasn't. So that's kind of why I want to reserve judgment, because he might have actually been doing something that's wrong. He might have actually been doing something that has her acting like that. Without me hearing everything, then I can't really make a judgment, right? So I don't know, man. I would just say, if he's wrong for what he did, make sure that you're fulfilling your responsibilities. And, you know, you can't really control people's crazy. So it is what it is there. But if, on the other hand, you mad at him because y'all broke it off or y'all never really had anything, and now you bring the baby over, which is what I thought it might be, essentially you're using the child as a way to try to get him to come outside. Hey, come get your son. Come get your son. Come get your baby. Come out here and get your child. And then you're going to have a problem. Then you're going to rush the door. That's why you bring the baby right up there by the door. So whenever you open the door to grab the child, now go on, get it. You're going to grab in front of the baby now. You're going to grab her or whoever it is and start swinging on him. You're so amped up that you say, no, I'm not going to stand for this. Modern women, a lot of times, have to have control of a situation. And I feel like that might be the other situation or the other side of the coin here. I know we want to talk about holding him accountable, but also it looks like you bought that baby over there in order to get access to him. And that woman left that door open. It was like, she left that door closed. Excuse me. She's like, no, we're not doing that. We're not opening it. You too high strung. You too amped up. You want trouble. You're throwing bricks at my door in front of your child. You put the child elsewhere because you know you're about to do something stupid. We're not having that. Not today, not ever.
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Let me ask you this. Do you believe her?
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe. Yeah. I remember I was just like, what? But she was 22, I was 31. There was an age gap.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. I was living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
I'm actively trying to have an and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him. His body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Nav's is like at least 10 inches. Okay, I have two stories. So one time I met this guy on Tinder and I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to fucking hook up. And I woke up in the morning and my ass was a little sore. Oh my God. And I remember that he what kind of do you watch when you use a vibrator?
Okay, not gonna lie, I don't watch while using a vibrator. What? I just think my imagination is vibration enough.
Wow.
I'm just thinking of my own husband while I'm doing it.
Wait, that's kind of baller, but I could never do that.
Yeah. And so I was
using you and your husband split finances. And I'm going to be really fucking honest.
I don't.
We don't.
We don't.
First of all, that's a fucking red flag. I'm not no joke. I love you girls. If you want to work, all for that, whatever. But any man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his accounts or has separate accounts, that's a fucking red flag. This is not.
Yo, Andrew Scholl's co-host guy and he's a beta.
I'm not even sure what you say to this, man, because all of this is problematic. All of it. Every single part. It's not like There was one point to where she made or maybe even two, maybe even two, to where she made questionable statements. She continues to make questionable statements and continues to humiliate this guy. Oh, that ain't humiliation. Oh, she just playing this and that. Hey, man, I guess if that's how y'all play around. But, bro, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. Weird is what I would call it. But women, multiple times, all the time, will tell you, hey, I want you to be like this. I want you to treat me like this. I ain't accepting this. I don't want the bare minimum, yada, 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 and all that other nonsense. But then they get out here and talk crazy like this. If you want me to protect and provide, if you want me to continue funding the bank account, what do I get out of it? Embarrassed? Humiliated? This is what I be saying. How far could you go if you would just keep your mouth shut? How far could you get if you would just learn to shut up?
This shit is man. And I gotta ask you fellas, is marriage even worth it anymore without protection? So here's the truth. Marriage without a prenup and kids without DNA testing is suicide for men in 2025. Protect your empire or you're not building a legacy. You financing hers.
Mike is awesome. What are you doing? Oh, sorry. It says to spray on flat surfaces.
What the hell? 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 What the hell?
You out with a bitch, but you don't want to take care of your kid. That's so fucking sad. Look at my baby daddy, y'all. Out with a bitch, but can't take care of his fucking kid. So fucking sad. Look at my baby daddy. Look at my baby daddy, y'all. He out with a bitch, but can't take care of his kid. Look at my baby daddy out with a bitch, can't take care of his kid. So fucking sad.
I think an interesting point somebody made is actually multiple women in the comments made this point. They said, now she talking about him, but she out in the streets too. Where the baby at? Where's the baby at? That's a good point.
Why are you gonna be a 13-year-old boy? This man was trying to meet a 13-year-old boy.
And I included this clip because maybe a month or so ago, I was talking about, I had seen clips. I don't know if this is the same guy, but I had seen clips. Modern women continue to tell men that they don't hold other men accountable. They don't hold other men up to code, or they don't call them out. And I said in that clip, there are men out there going to jail behind protecting people, behind calling out predators. And even though I gotta delete a lot of this and remove a lot of this, I hope you get the concept. I hope you get the point and you understand that yes, there are absolutely brothers out here. There are absolutely dudes out here. Men, I don't know what you guys are thinking, but there are absolutely men out here calling out bad behavior, calling out crimes. Like I said, if somebody goes to jail or prison, there's the story. There's a cliche. Hey, certain types of people don't last long in jail because the inmates don't have a toleration for that. They don't put up with that. Oh, you did what? Oh, you gone. And it sounds terrible. And to think about it, it just does something to you. Like, man, that's wild. But they don't put up with that. Instead of waiting on somebody else to get justice, they say, oh, okay, you know what? You've been doing that. We got you. And you better be praying. You better be hoping that you come out of there alive, because something bad's about to happen to you. So all this stuff, once again, all this stuff about men not calling other men out, men not protecting women, men not providing for women, and all that other nonsense that modern women be talking about, not showing your feelings, not bearing your feelings out. That's what? Even in this video, multiple times that we didn't seen men doing the very things that modern women say that men don't do.
I have never seen a woman make a broke man rich, but I've seen plenty of men make broke women rich. Do you think that we have a problem in society? We definitely do. We got many of them. But why is it that, like, a woman will never stay with a broke man, but a broke man has no problem, like, providing and building up a broke woman? Because the thing is like, nowadays, most broke women don't even think they're broke. They just think that they're dating the wrong man. But then they'll look at a guy who's like working fucking 60 hours a week at a job that doesn't really pay that much, but he's doing his fucking best, and she'll look at him and be like, that's broke boy energy. Like, no, that's hubby energy, actually. That's fucking husband material, actually. I feel like as women, we have such a like strong desire to be taken care of that we forget that like men are human beings, who sometimes need a little bit of grace and understanding too. Thank you.